Grab your cup. These 7 archetypes are patterns that people develop as a way of being in the world to gain success. And also it shows up in relationships. So it shows up in how you are at work and how you are in your personal relationships. And as I go through these, look to see, does that apply to me? And also, how does that keep me stressed? Because these archetypes will cause stress in your life and in your body, and they will also have you disconnect from your true self, who you really could be and want to be, but instead you're doing these patterns of these archetypes, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So there's 7 of them. Let me go through them. The first one is the caretaker. This is someone who believes that the way that they get love, the way that they receive acknowledgement and love is by taking care of everybody else. You know, in like, especially like physical things. Oh, let me go get that for you. Oh, let me, I'll cook for you. Or I got it. Like always doing things for other people. The second one is the overachiever. So the overachiever is someone who learned or decided in very early in their life. These all got created early in life. That's why we say they're patterns that need to be healed, because they've been operating in your life for a long time. All of these, okay? So this one is the overachiever. This is someone who decided that the way that I get love and acknowledgement is by what I attain. So it might be higher degrees. If I keep getting another degree, then people are going to think I'm worthy enough to be loved. It might be awards. It might be salary. Money. It might be anything that they're accumulating as an accomplishment. So always working for the next thing. And the flip side of that is the underachiever. That's someone who maybe felt shame when something didn't go right and they failed. So now they keep themselves smaller than their potential in order to not experience failure again and how that shame felt. Or the underachiever might also have grown up in a family where, let's just say, no one went to college. And so to fit into that family culture, they also won't go to college. That's just an example, right? But they won't go and pursue things that would really be more true to who they are. But they don't want to break the bonds of their family, so they keep themselves smaller, okay? The next one is the rescuer or the protector. This is someone, it's a little bit different than caretaker, very similar, but this person feels like they need to solve everyone's problems. So if you tell them something's going on in your life, next thing you know, they're showing up with the answers. They're sending you, here, try this. Here, I looked this up for you. I went and found 5 possible solutions for what you were talking about, like that. Always trying to rescue people. Now listen, none of these things, well, underachiever maybe doesn't apply to this, but these things, helping people, taking care of people, if you do that as a true expression of you without overdoing it to the point where you're stressed and exhausted, resentful, or you're taking away somebody else's ability to grow for themselves, right? So it's not like these things are necessarily bad all the time. It's when it's become a pattern of how you live in order to receive love and acknowledgement, in order to stay in relationship with people. You do this, all right? That's the distinction I want you to keep in your mind, okay? The next person is the life of the party, and this person is always showing up as happy, again, not a bad thing, but cracking up, always making people laugh, having to be the one that's happy because they're very uncomfortable if there's any sense or feeling that people aren't happy. not comfortable with emotions. So always, and certainly not comfortable with their own emotions, right? Of sadness or anger or whatever it might be. So always needing to be the one who gets everybody going and gets everybody happy. As a human being, we have a whole spectrum of emotions and experiences. So when you block a whole side of that because it's uncomfortable, it causes a lot of stress. It keeps things shoved down that would be better off processed and moved out. And it's not authentic all the time, right? Okay, the next one is the yes person. This is someone who, in order to feel loved and acknowledged, will say yes to anything anybody asks them. Even when their plate is more than full, even when they've promised themselves they're going to stop doing that, or they've promised a partner, I'm not going to keep on taking things. Yes, I know I need more time here. I know I need to take care of myself more. But then every time something shows up, they find themselves saying yes, because that's the way that they learned their value is if I keep doing that, then people will think I'm important. People will acknowledge me. People will love me. And then the last one is the person who looks for someone outside themselves, like a hero worshiper, someone to, like, they have the answers, because they are not connected to their own authority for themselves. So by doing that, they reject their own needs and their own inner knowing, their own intuition, and just blindly follow other people. So those are 7 archetypes of the way people learn to move through life and in their relationships. And when we're disconnected from ourselves in such a way that we're on this automatic treadmill of these patterns, the stress in our physical body and in our spirit is tremendous. The spirit wants us to be connected to ourselves. We came here to have a life experience connected to self, and showing up with your authentic gifts to share, rather than trying to do what you need to do to get love. In the Return to You program that I talk about all the time, I'm enrolling for that right now. It's going to close next week, enrollment. So in the Return to You program, we break down these archetypes. We look at exactly what the root causes are of when those got created. And we work on our own spiritual connection so that we don't get pulled right back into these automatic behaviors. So if any of these resonated with you as to how you move through life and how you've been in relationships, you know you feel stressed about it, you know you haven't taken care of yourself, you know the relationships are not authentic and where you'd like them to be, put Return to You or RTY in the comments so that I know you want more information, because we are enrolling now, as I said, and that'll close next week. So drop me a comment so that we can connect, okay? And just look to see how much of any of these patterns are driving your life. We've got to heal them so that you can get out of stress, create relationships that are more authentic, and most importantly, create the relationship with yourself that's truly an authentic expression of your spirit and who you are. You know what I mean? Have a good day.